Okay, we're resealing a wet tank, hydraulic tank for this road tractor here. It's just leaking all over the place. I power washed most of this grime off of here, but I got to reseal both connections under the tank there. So my suction and return hoses, I got to reseal. This filter housing, I got to reseal that. And we're changing these quick couplers to wing style. So I'm going to start draining this tank out and get this thing tore up. Alright, here's where we're at. I gotta take that filter off, and I'll spin that housing out of there. I got resealed all this here. This is loose. I'm gonna reseal that elbow up in there, and then I'm not sure if I should pull this tank off or just try to reseal these fittings up in here on this tank. I'm probably gonna pull this tank off just to make it easier, so I can clean it up and look real good. But it's just time consuming, and I'm getting there. I'm trying to clean all this stuff off as I'm going, because it's really nasty, and I don't want to get all that dirt in the system. We've been meaning to do this for like the last couple years. It's just been leaking all over the place. And for people that might not know what this is for, this is just like a hydraulic system for a truck. It comes off the PTO. Your power takeoff normally off the transmission. And so you can run dump trailers or walking floor trailers, or, low boys, anything that has a hydraulic application. So, they're nice to have on the truck for sure. Okay, this is the filter housing. This is a filter indicator here. It's got a spring in there that'll show you when your filter's basically filled up with dirt and you should change it. That's pretty nice. Looks like there's a... This must have a bypass valve in it in case it gets clogged up completely. So I'm just going to clean this off really good. We'll reseal this fitting and reseal this fitting where it goes into the bushing. I got these bulkheads tightened up here because these were all moving around. So I'm going to change these with the wing nut style fittings. The bulkheads are tightened up. I'm not going to fool with this hose because that's my pressure hose, and I think all the oil on that is probably just from this tank leaking up here, and when the truck's going down the road, the wind's just blowing it back against the hose. But this here needs to get pulled apart and resealed also. So I'm going to start with this filter housing first. So what I use to reseal hydraulic fittings is Loctite thread sealer. More than likely the reason this one's leaking is because it's got somebody put Teflon tape on it, and Teflon tape is good for some things, but they tell you to not use it on hydraulic fittings because it can crack the fittings, or to just wear out and the fluid will push it out of there. And there's different kinds of Teflon tape, but we're not going to use it on this thing. We use this Loctite thread sealer for that. It doesn't hold up. And as difficult as some of these hydraulic fittings are to get to reseal them, I'd rather use this pipe sealer, whatever they recommend. Plus you don't want it getting inside the system. It gets inside there and starts clogging things up. So I'm going to brake clean this off and dry it up and get that sealer on the threads and put this back together. And then take that T apart and reseal. Alright, I got the suction side over here with a shut-off valve. We'll pull that off next and reseal. That's what it looks like when it's open. So I'm going to put that thing back on. There's 90 degree here and seal everything up, and then I need to make some hydraulic hoses. I need to make two 13-foot 3/4 inch hoses with 1 inch pipe thread ends to put those wing nut hydraulic quick connectors on there. This one here, I'll go over there. So I gotta make some hoses now. So we got the hoses made. You just have to be able to stretch all the way back to a low boy, and if he puts his fifth wheel the whole way back, they gotta be at least 12 feet. So we did 13. If we have to cut them later, if they're too long, we can always do that. But so that's done. Everything's resealed. I gotta get this fluid back in here, and that'll be it. Not the most exciting video, but it's just part of what you do on a job when you're trying to keep everyone's equipment running efficiently. It's just dirty, nasty work, and you just gotta get into it and get it done. Thanks for watching.